Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to Bringing Division video. What up guys, today is a video showcasing the best PvP and PvE gear sets in one video. Now a lot of you guys asked me to do this video in my previous one that I talked about giving me some tips for some YouTube videos and what you want to see in the future. So a lot of you guys kind of requested this and you said you want to see a video pretty much outlining all the best kind of gear sets in the game right now for both PvP and PvE in one video. Now first of all, when I give you guys my opinion on these gear sets, first of all I do want to say yes, you can use other builds, other gear sets still in the game and dominate and pretty much do well for both PvP and PvE. It just really depends on the lobby and as a player, you know, if you're really good, if you're kind of average, if you are kind of new and stuff like that. But overall, my whole point of this video is kind of give you guys an idea of what you want to grind for, what gear sets you want to kind of focus on the most if you are coming back to the game or if you're new, so you can have a decent build so you can kind of compete in PvP and hopefully live a little bit longer when you are doing PvE missions. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video or find it helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos, and let's get right into this. So starting out first, we're going to get the cat out the bag and talk about the first gear set for PvP that most of you guys already know that's really good, and what that is Striker. 6-piece classified striker in my mind is pretty much the best PvP gear set right now, since you have so much freaking damage and so much survivability in one build that it's really insane, especially if you use like 9k stamina or 6k firearms and 6k stamina with 6-piece classified. You're going to dominate in PvP, and this is pretty much the one gear set you want to focus on the most. Now if you don't have this, it is okay, you could still use you know, like 4-piece and still do the damage with a Ninja Bike backpack and stuff like that. But the first gear set you want to always focus on if you're new, if you're coming back, is Classified Striker. The next gear set I do have to put on this list is Banshee. Now in my opinion, Banshee has gotten really good in this patch. For some reason, they didn't really change anything, they didn't really tweak anything at all. But a lot of people started using Banshee, and me myself, I started using this as well for PvP, especially the Dark Zone. And it's really good. The 6-piece is really good. I see a lot of people using the 5-piece with a Savage Gloves or a Barrett's chest piece. 5-piece is really good as well. Also, if you don't have a 6-piece or a 5-piece of Classified Banshee, you do want to use a 3-piece Banshee pretty much with your Ninja Bike backpack build, because you still get the 10% extra damage, and this is raw damage, which is really good for your build. And if you pair this up with a 3 Banshee and 2 Pred with a Ninja Bike backpack, your damage output and pretty much just the build in general is going to be really good. So that's something you definitely want to focus on once again, is Banshee. The final gear set you do want to focus on for PvP that's really good in my opinion is Nomad. Now this is only going to be really good if you are solo. If you are playing with a party, you're probably better off using like Predmark or D3 FNC or Striker as I said, or Banshee. But if you are solo, if you love playing solo in the Dark Zone, Skirmish, or Last Stand, this gear set and pretty much this build with Nomad is going to be really good for you and really helpful. So first of all, what makes it really good is 1, you get 25% health on kill whenever using the classified version of this. Number 2, you also get a constant overshield, which is very good. You get like a 50% extra pretty much health on your character. And once again, the one thing that makes it really good when you are solo is you have a 50% chance of having no cooldowns on your Path of Nomad when you are solo. This only works when you're solo. This changed pretty much in 1.8.2, and honestly I kind of like it. This gear set was really annoying to go against if you're playing the Dark Zone and there's 4 people on the other side. Pretty much all using this gear set, it was really annoying. You had to pretty much kill like players like 2 or 3 times in a row in order for them to actually die. So for this to only work solo is a great change in my opinion. And as I said, if you are looking for something with really good survivability, really good kind of tankiness, using Nomad is the way to go. Moving on to the PvE side of this video, so the first recommendation I have for you guys is trying to get a Sentry build, or Sentry gear set in my opinion is very good, especially the 6-piece classified version of this. The damage output is absolutely insane if you pair this up with a MDR for PvE. Your legendary missions, your incursions, pretty much anything you're doing is going to become so easy. Now first of all, I do want to say using a person that's a healer, like a Tactician healer or a Reclaimer healer, is really smart because the Sentry doesn't really have the best survivability. It does have insane damage, but the tankiness and the survivability on this build is kind of iffy. So if you have someone using, as I said, Reclaimer or anything like that, you're pretty much golden. But with Sentry, you want to use like 6-piece or for the 4-piece. The 5-piece is really good as well. You get the headshot damage, you get the accuracy. But in my opinion, the 6-piece is the way to go. You can stack the enemies up to 6 times, which is absolutely insane. And also, if you are stacking one enemy, pretty much the enemies around it have a chance of getting stacked as well. So one, it makes it pretty much easier for you to do a lot of damage, and also for your team, if they don't have a high firearms build, if they don't have, you know, a lot of damage coming out their gun, they're still going to melt those NPCs since they are going to get stacked by your striker. And, you know, in my mind, Sentry is very, very good. It's kind of underrated. I don't really see a lot of people using this for PvE, but if you pair this up with the MDR, as I said, the damage and pretty much the build is very, very good. The next gear set that's really good for PvE, as it is for PvP, is, yes, Classified Striker. This build has pretty much insane damage output, it has insane survivability, so if you pair this up with a kind of PvE build, if you use like damage to leads, if you have a bit more enemy armor rolls on your gear and stuff like that, this is going to be absolutely insane. It does already come with enemy armor for the 3-step bonus, so that's really good as well. But as I said, this is something that if you get this, you can pretty much use it for anything and dominate. So Striker, as I said in the beginning of the video, is your #1 focus. Last but not least, there's actually 2 gear sets I want to talk about at the same time, and what that is Reclaimer and Tactician. Now, first of all, I do want to talk about them at the same time is because they're kind of the same, not from what they do, but they're pretty much how they're built. You have to use max electronics and max skill power for both of them. So I do kind of want to talk about them at the same time. They are both very, very good for PvE. Tactician is going to give you pretty much insane damage and insane kind of capabilities with your skills. So if you're using like sticky bombs or secret mines and stuff like that, it's really good for that. If you are one of those players that kind of sits back behind cover and just lets out your skills like your sticky bombs or secret mines, as I said, to pretty much do all the damage, that is okay. That's pretty much what you want to focus on. And if you are one of those players that you are kind of want to help out your teammates, if you want to keep your teammates alive, if you want to take on the responsibility of you pretty much healing all your teammates and, as I said, you know, not letting them die, you do want to use Reclaimer. 9k electronics Reclaimer is very, very good for PvE. And it's kind of a must for some missions like legendary missions or incursions. If no one has like Classified Striker or anything like that, using Reclaimer and pretty much helping out your teammates with Reclaimer is very, very smart, and it's going to make the mission and, you know, whatever you're doing that much easier. So as I said, if you are one of those players that kind of sits back, or if you want to help out your team with healing, those 2 gear sets are what you want to focus on. Anyways, that is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below if you found this video helpful, if you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.